Pornography is defined as printed or visual material containing explicit description or display of sexual organs or activity, intended to stimulate erotic rather than aesthetic or emotional feelings. Today, I am here to prove that Lust of the Dead, or known by its Japanese title, Rape Zombies, fails as both a porno and a horror movie, and I'm not sure which disappoints me more. 2 seconds into this movie, we get to a rape scene with terrible pop music playing in the background. Maybe I should start off with the premise of this movie. So, zombies. A zombie epidemic happens. What makes it different than any other zombie movie? Well, the only people that are affected by this zombie epidemic are men, and instead of eating other people, they just rape. In a way, it's kind of similar to Crossed, the American comic book, where it's not zombies, it's just a bunch of pissed off rapists, and it's really bad, like Crossed. See, I didn't go in expecting this to be good, but I didn't go in expecting this to have a theme song. And the theme song was not good either. This movie also has possibly the fakest gore effects I've seen. Again, maybe I'm expecting too much from a 2011 production, but there was seriously no point in this movie where the gore effects look either convincing or campy. Like, there's a scene where a character is cutting her wrist and it just looked like you could pull it right off. It takes 26 minutes for the first lesbian scene. I knew it was coming from the first minute before there was even a woman on screen. Of course, I knew this because it is a Japanese movie, of course. 34 minutes in, we see our first anime figure, and this brings us to a lonely otaku who has no interest in sex and is therefore unaffected. What happens to him later is that one of the girls decides to take him, turn him on, without expecting him to turn into a zombie. She then dies from massive gang rape. A lot of this movie is characters sitting around watching TV while all the action goes on outside, making it really seem longer than it is, because our main characters aren't involved at all. They're just watching the news, and then, oh, characters get raped. Or they're watching a different news channel with these army chicks that shoot zombies in the dick, and oh no, they get raped too. I would never have heard of this movie if it weren't for Netflix. If it weren't for fucking Netflix. Netflix at one point in time had all 4 of the Rape Zombie Lust of the Dead movies available for anyone to stream. I just don't know why there would be 3 other sequels to this movie when Japan gets nuked in it. Oh yeah, and there's this whole plot about one of the girls having conceived a baby through lesbian sex, and it's also the Christ or God or something. It's really dumb. This movie was an hour long, and I felt like it was 3 hours. Then there's 20 minutes of a making-of documentary where everyone looks very uncomfortable. That brings it just close to a feature-length film. But really, who was this movie made for? The gore effects aren't good. The premise is funny until it's run into the ground. So, naturally, you're thinking, well, if it fails as a horror movie, then it must be for porno crowd. Well, you never see a dick, censored or otherwise. You never see any penetration or anything like that. So I guess it gets away being called softcore. But the fact that it's a movie about rape and blood and zombies and sex by death would turn off the softcore crowd as well. Maybe this is just because I'm not Japanese, but I do not see the appeal of this movie or its sequels. I'm not going to watch the sequels, probably. But if I ever want to torture anyone, I'll probably show them this movie.